Let's get our predictions in real quick, since somebody brought up the Keno Casino thing, and they seem completely interlocked with the Rekieta thing. That's like their number one deal, and obviously, people don't understand this. Nick and I seem to just be locked in a death spiral forever. We're kind of Michael Fassbender and the German officer in Inglourious Bastards. We're in that little pub in Nadine, and it doesn't matter where all these people go. You and I will be sitting here forever. Like, that's,
Yeah.
that just seems to, and then I look at him, I go, well, I guess there's only one thing left to do. Say Auf Wiedersehen to your Nazi balls. That's it. But tomorrow he has his settlement conference. That is shit or get off the pot time. Work out a deal or say we're going to trial. Now, you can still get offered deals up until, the verdict.
The trial.
The verdict. Like, you can get offered a deal during the trial. Oh, yeah.
I assumed once the trial was like, no, this is in motion. We're riding this to the station.
You're not going to get anything good. It's kind of like Deal or No Deal. Once you go to trial, the evidence starts coming out. That's like the $750,000 boxes are coming off the board, Like, the deal you're going to get is not, like, the best deal he's going to get will be tomorrow. And he will have to decide if he takes it or if he decides, fuck that noise. I'm going to trial. Now, the only people I've heard speak with any kind of authority on this, now Sean has gotten pretty much everything right, from my understanding. And Sean said that he's spoken to someone who is an inside source who talks to Nick, and that Nick's taking this thing to trial. I can't. I don't.
Has he not seen how it's gone up till now? I don't
understand it.
I
don't get it. I really don't.
Like, you already tried to get everything dismissed. They threw that out. You appealed that. They threw that out. Like, again.
Well, the only thing he can do now is he can go to trial and then file the motions for the trial to have evidence not allowed. So, in theory, he could blow past this settlement conference. He goes, no, I want to try my luck with the trial. I want to try and get this evidence thrown out, this evidence thrown out, this evidence thrown out. Then if that doesn't go well, he can take a deal. Or you can ask for one. You can say, you can have your lawyer say, what are you offering for us not to do this? So as I think about it right now and the things I've heard, my preference, like if I had any influence over the situation, I would say, take the deal. Whatever they're offering, call it a day. First of all, I'm sorry, but it's a second-degree drug felony charge. You're going to have to plead to some sort of felony. They're not. I don't think they're going to take 26 grams and turn it into a misdemeanor. They just don't. Then you have the two misdemeanors, the child endangerment and the gun charge. Now, you can get one of those thrown out. You can plead to here's what I think he could get in my amateur experience. He could get a lesser felony, and he could get one of the misdemeanors dropped, probably the gun charge. Because if you're going to convict him of a felony, who gives a fuck about the gun charge anyway? You're not going to be able to own guns.
You're going to be allowed to have firearms after this is all over.
So I say plead guilty to a misdemeanor and a lesser felony. You're going to get at least a couple of years of probation. You're going to get a stayed prison sentence, and you're going to have to be drug tested, right? I mean, take that deal, right? The best case scenario. I mean, you're not going to go to jail unless you fuck up again,
right?
You fail a test, I think if you fail a test, that's a violation, and you have to serve the sentence. But
they got your nuts in a ball, though. You kind of got to bend over and take it.
In a what?
In a baldo.
How fucking dare you? Could you show us how that works, please? So, look. If I'm thinking like I got to take, here's my take, and then I'll get yours. As a sane man, I say you take the deal, you move on, you go ahead. As I try to think like Nick, he's going to fight. Because he doesn't want to lose to the internet. I mean, this is a tragic tale of people who don't have enough of a real life and spend too much time with the internet. You shouldn't care what the internet thinks. They're going to think you're a loser no matter what. You're not going to change these people's opinions. You had fucking drugs in your house. You were swinging. You had children in the house. You were a piece of shit. You were fucking high as a kite on camera. You'd done and it wasn't just one time. You had a nosebleed one time. You're fucked up telling a guy to K himself another time. Nobody's going to like you. You're not going to win this thing and make people think, oh, yeah, this was just a big conspiracy and he's actually a really good guy. You're not. You're not a good guy. Here's the only thing I can think is his attitude may be, fuck it, they're going to give me years of probation anyway. Fuck it, they're going to give me a stayed prison sentence anyway. Fuck it, I'm going to have a felony on my record anyway. Fuck it, I'll go to trial and make him earn it.
I'll fight it and on the hopes and dreams that I'll somehow squeak out of it.
Well, it's like Penn Jillette said, when a magician has been exposed on stage, he'll still carry through with the trick because fucking 1 in a million, you might get lucky. And maybe he knows that if he pleads guilty, it's over. He's guilty. But if he takes this to trial, there's always a hope. There's always a chance. So, look, man, it's a possibility. It's a possibility. And then he's got something coming up this week in his civil trial as well. Somebody sent me a case. They were like, hey, man, I just thought you should look at this. Some guy got sued for defamation in Minnesota, very similar to Nick's case. It's like $330,000 the guy had to pay. Like, just to the guy. I'm not talking lawyer fees on top of that and everything else. $330,000 the guy had to pay.
Well, I mean, in a case like that, the only way you could really kind of shoot yourself in the foot like that is if you somehow pissed off the judge. Then that'd be bad. Because then the judge could be like, levy the full weight of the financial fine against you.
Well, thank God nobody's that fucking stupid.
Right? Like,
could you imagine, if you got drunk publicly and, told the judge that her pussy drips liquor? That'd be, the most retarded thing you could do, right?
Yeah, especially as, a known alcoholic. People are like, well, then your lips must never leave that thing.
Joe Burrow, go fuck yourself.